Joseph Valentine, the city manager of Birmingham, checking in via Zoom. City manager, thank you very much for joining us today, and it's good to talk to you. How you doing? How
Well,
you
thank you.
feeling?
I'm well. Glad to say it. Hopefully, you're doing well as well. And for all your viewers out there, we're hoping everybody's doing well.
Well, we are doing as good as we can. And for the most part, I think a lot of people have really come through this okay. And our deepest sympathy to those who have lost loved ones and family and those that are suffering. We're thinking about you every day. We're also thinking about the first responders every day. In Birmingham, we love Joseph Valentine spending time for those people, even those that are listening all across Oakland County that don't live in Birmingham. We all love going to downtown Birmingham for a walk or get a cup of coffee or a shop. So it's been tough. How's Birmingham doing right now?
Well, we're doing like everybody else right now. I mean, it's tough. There's no question. Our businesses are struggling. Those that are open, they're doing okay. I mean, they're having some activity from the restaurant carryout perspective, but it's tough. And then making sure that everybody's getting the money that they've applied for, whether it be through loan or grant programs. I mean, it's a struggle, and we're doing everything we can to try to keep these folks around and help them through this.
Well, we want to do all we can to make sure the small businesses in particular can survive this because, you think of a community like Birmingham and just the retail side, which is a pretty important part of Birmingham. Most of
Yeah.
those retail establishments in your downtown, they're small businesses. They're unique, novelty, small businesses, and they got to be really having a hard time.
Yeah, there's some struggles. I was on a call this morning with some of our business community, and there are challenges that they're trying to overcome. And there's no question it's going to be difficult. And there's no more time that's more important than right now for shopping local. I mean, the opportunity and the convenience to buy things online is there. But in the next few weeks, as these retailers are able to start opening up again, it's going to be real important for everybody to support them and come out and do what you can to shop local during these difficult times to help everybody through it.
Well, I think people are ready to do that. We're just dying to get out of the house and shop. Many of the retailers in downtown Birmingham or across your entire city taking advantage of the curbside retail that is available right now?
We have had a few, yes. So as you said, people were eager, and we've had a few businesses that have opened up for the pickup service, and hopefully we'll see more in the coming weeks as things progress. But I think a lot of it is getting people back from the layoffs that were done a week or so ago, and trying to get the staffing levels where they need to be, and getting the inventory back, and trying to keep things moving. So it's going to be a little while, but I think in a couple of weeks that you'll see, as long as everything continues down the path we're on now, we'll see some a stronger business presence here in downtown Birmingham.
Joseph Valentine is a city manager in Birmingham. Certainly, the governor's making most of these decisions, or certainly in a leadership position in these decisions right now. She's taken a lot of input from business and community leaders around the state of Michigan. City Manager Valentine, if the governor is sitting in your office, what advice would you give her today about what would be in Birmingham's best interest right now?
Well, I think, again, from our perspective, it's really our big business community that's struggling the most right now. I think people are eager to get out, participate in some of the recreational activities that we have to offer in our community. And that's always a cautionary tale until we get a little bit more clarity on what is appropriate for people to be participating in. We've all opened up our golf courses, as that was permitted just a week or so ago. And we're getting more activity from, I think, the families that want to come out and get into the parks and kind of resume their normal lives. But until we get the clear go ahead to reopen the playgrounds and tennis courts and ball fields, it's a little bit of a struggle for our residents that really want to get out now, especially since the weather's getting better.
Well, it is, but I do see a lot of people. I drive through Birmingham every day, and I see a lot of people that are getting out and enjoying the parks, taking a walk, and really enjoying the beautiful weather that we have. I'm just seeing people act so responsibly, doing things safely. We've not seen, people congregating like they have been doing in the beaches in Florida and California. For the most part around here, I see things going pretty well. Has law enforcement had their hands full trying to get people to comply, or are things going okay?
No, on occasion we've had some calls where we've had to go and assist with some disputes over distancing, more so maybe on construction sites early on and things of that like that. But mostly from the neighborly perspective, you're right. People are doing the right things. They're, keeping their distance and, able to have conversations with their neighbors responsibly. We have walking trails through the community that we promote, and we've had a lot of activity on those. But we really haven't had many complaints per se with regard to people just getting out. It's really more in the areas of construction activity or wanting to get into some of the parks and recreational opportunities that people get a little closer, having impromptu basketball games that we've had to break up and advise people that will just, it's too early yet.
Yeah, a lot of people, they just, they're not thinking. They get excited and they think, "Hey, I'm going to go do this," and then they forget. So a little reminder is helpful. Joseph Valentine, City Manager of Birmingham, joining us on the MegaCast, and it's great to have you with us today. We really appreciate it. You talked about construction. Construction's coming back in just a couple of days, residential construction. And I just think of the boom that your community and a lot of the other communities around Metro Detroit that don't have a lot of new development space. We've just seen amazing redevelopment of residential properties in Birmingham, Royal Oak, Berkeley, Huntington Woods, the whole area. Birmingham, no exception. It's been great, and I'm sure homeowners and contractors will be really happy to get back to work in the next couple of days.
Yeah, we've got, I think, probably close to 130 open construction sites right now that we've had to halt. So with this order coming up on May 7th that construction can reconvene, they'll certainly bring a lot more activity to the community and obviously keep these projects moving. But now that it's been permitted as appropriate and legal, there's a lot of people just waiting in the wings to get started again.
Yeah, and I know there were some issues and some people were impatient and wanted to get going, but that's all behind us now, and the rules have been changed, and we are ready to go forward. Speaking of construction projects, right in downtown Birmingham, you've got a beautiful brand new hotel under construction. Hopefully, the hotel industry will survive. I'm sure it will, and that new property will have a bright and long future. How's construction coming on that project on Old Woodward?
Actually, on that project specifically, it's a 126-room hotel that's under construction. Pretty much the core and shell is all done. They're now working on the interiors, and their goal was to have it open by the end of July. I think they've got to move that back a little bit now, but later this year, I expect we'll see that hotel opening.
And finally, City Manager Joe Valentine, Maple Road, a lot of work going on. Maybe it wasn't the worst time of the world to schedule some changes to Maple Road, but what's going on there and what's the timetable on all that?
Well, we have, Maple Road's going to be under construction from Southfield to Woodward, and with any project like that, there's never a good time to do it. Unfortunately, we have to address that section of road because that is probably some of the oldest water and sewer lines in the city right now. And we started this process a couple of years ago when we started with Old Woodward to really start addressing that old infrastructure in the city. So we started with Old Woodward 2 years ago. We gave the downtown a break. This year we planned for Maple Road. Unfortunately, we've got hit with this COVID issue, so we're trying to manage that as well. And the timing isn't necessarily the greatest for our businesses, but we've got to jump on that project. The contractors are now working. That's going to be a complete a redo of not only the infrastructure underground, but everything above ground from building front to building front all the way across Maple Avenue or Maple Road. And we're going to have new sidewalks, new streets, new planters, new charging stations, new trees, new landscaping. It's really everything. We're fixing some ADA issues that existed previously with that section of road, having a double curb condition. So we're really doing a lot to really improve it over there. We're fortunate, too, that we've also received a grant from the federal government for about $700,000 to put toward that project to offset some of those costs.
Well, good luck with it. It's never, anyone who's had their kitchen remodeled knows, it's inconvenient when you're living in the home and you got to get some work done, but we'll get through it. And, you're right. I guess it is kind of a double whammy for businesses. They've had to suffer with the coronavirus and this, but our thoughts are with them. We'll do everything we can to encourage people to shop at those stores as they open back up, even if there is a little bit of sawdust around and cement.
We're have a lot of programs, too, to help support those businesses. So if you go to our website, you'll see some of those programs with some quarantine cash and other initiatives to help them during this time.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear. We talked to the folks in Rochester, and I know West Bloomfield held a meeting on Friday talking about working on plans to begin to reopen up government so people can come into City Hall. How are things going on that front in Birmingham?
Yeah, similarly, we're working on our plans here. The idea is we have to wait and see what the requirements are from the state. But planning ahead, we're anticipating that, we'll be opening up. We have the opportunity now for a drop-off location where people can drop off either permits or plans or applications, and we can then still process them, maybe not as timely as we did before, but still get those processed for the community. Going forward, as we look to open the buildings, we'll be having the screens in front of the stations where the employees will be working to ensure their safety as much as the public safety is going forward in this new environment. So, having hand sanitizer stations not only in the buildings but outside in our parks, in the downtown, trying to instill as much safety as we can during these uncertain times.
Well, good job. It's not easy, and then it's every day. You got to do it every day. I mean, we've been working every day to keep our facility safe, and it's been a positive result here. None of us have gotten sick, and I know you're working hard to make sure your community doesn't have to suffer any more than it need to through this coronavirus crisis. Joseph Valentine, thank you very much for joining us today in the MegaCast. Good to meet you, albeit virtually, and hopefully we'll get a chance to meet in person sometime soon. I always give everyone an opportunity before we say so long. Is there anything I missed, anything else that you want to share with folks in your community and around Oakland County?
Well, from our community, just from a resource standpoint, I just want to share a couple of things that we're doing to help people during these difficult times. First of all, we've created a dedicated webpage on our website with virus information, not only virus information, but community resources, where if you're needing something or looking for assistance, there's a bunch of resources there that can assist you. We've also created a COVID hotline that's staffed Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and that number is 248-530-1805. For anyone in the community that has any needs for assistance or requests for information, our hotline is there to assist you. And then lastly, we set up an citywide email notification system where we can reach out to pretty much everybody that signs up on a regular basis with the latest information from the city.
All right. Well, I look forward to the day where we can get together in downtown Birmingham and listen to one of those wonderful evening concerts and everything is back to normal. And the day will come. I look forward to it.
I'll give you an open invitation.
Thank you, sir. Joseph Valentine, city manager of Birmingham, joining us. And good to have you with us. Thanks for taking a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Very good to talk to you.